Hi, welcome to Steve Chats Wrestling, hashtag SCW, the wrestling channel here on youtube.com. 5 WWE stories we're going to get into on this particular video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's kick things off with Finn Balor. Now, while speaking to Gorilla Position Live, Finn Balor was asked about his target date for his WWE in-ring return, which is, he ruled out the possible return at WWE's Royal Rumble. He was pretty much firm on the original target date, which is WrestleMania 33. Now, coming from that report via ringsidenews.com, we know Finn Balor pretty well, that normally he likes to tease something a lot of the time when it's not going to happen. So the fact that he's saying that he's ruling it out, now it could be true, but I think that with WWE and special returns, and of course it would be a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble, he would want to throw you off, wouldn't he? I mean, AJ Styles last year was kind of saying he was not going to be debuting at the Royal Rumble, and then he ended up debuting at the Royal Rumble. So I'm not completely ruling it out. I still think that if Balor was to come back as a surprise entrant, that he would win the entire Royal Rumble match. I think he would be a late entrant as well if he was to do so. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but it says according to this report, his firm target date is WrestleMania 33, and let's hope that if he doesn't make the Rumble, he is back in time for the grandest stage of them all. We'll move on next to Samoa Joe. Now, of course, he's dropped the NXT title to Shinsuke Nakamura at NXT Live event in Osaka, Japan last weekend. It's now into speculation that Joe could finally be making his main roster debut anytime now. It's been rumoured for the past 6 months that once Joe enters his feud with Nakamura, he will be heading to the main roster. WWE actually held its NXT tapings back on last week, which covered NXT television for the next 3 weeks. Joe was absent at this event, and the company held a series of matches to determine a new #1 contender for NXT title. Spoiler alert, so skip the next 10 seconds. Bobby Roode is slated to face Nakamura at the next NXT TakeOver special. One would believe that Joe's feud with Nakamura is finally over and it's time for him to come to the main roster. Now, according to ringsidenews.com, they've been told that Joe will be making his main roster debut, with the Royal Rumble being the arrival date at the latest. So it's very possible that he could be on the main roster before the Rumble event. As of writing, it's unknown which brand he'll end up on. Now, I think there's a good call for him to be on Raw or SmackDown. Personally, for me, I think SmackDown has enough heels in a minute. If Joe's going to play the heel, I think Raw would be a good place. I think United States Championship would be a good, realistic target for him to go for straight off the bat. And I think, personally, Joe could be quite dominant on the main roster, and I think he would actually have a good place on Monday Night Raw. I think at the moment that, personally, for me, it sounds strange to say this, but Raw could do with some more big names, really, if we're being brutally honest, because the ones that they've got are not being utilised to their potential. We're seeing Cesaro and Sheamus actually used in a tag team role rather than higher up the card. Finn Balor's out injured, so why not Joe being put in Monday Night Raw's position? We've got, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, and outside of that, I mean, Braun Strowman's probably the next biggest heel currently, really, on Monday Night Raw, and I think Joe would slot quite nicely on that sort of position, that sort of level, and he could go for the United States Championship and possibly take that into WrestleMania. But we'll have to wait and see. I think the Royal Rumble still, again, a perfect destination for him to make the debut, if you're going to ask me, and we can then wait and see if he ends up on Raw or SmackDown. It would kind of an exciting 48 hours after the Rumble event. But moving on then, John Cena apparently not scheduled for the Elimination Chamber event for February the 12th, 2017 in Phoenix, Arizona, which is a SmackDown pay-per-view. Superstars that are being advertised for the show include AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, the Usos, Becky Lynch, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Natalya, and Nikki Bella. Now, it is very odd that WWE wouldn't advertise their face of the company so close to WrestleMania. There is a good chance that he could be taking another hiatus from the company shortly after the Royal Rumble to film his next movie titled The Pact. So John Cena not advertised for the Elimination Chamber event. It kind of also makes you think surely he can't be winning the Royal Rumble if he's not going to be around at that point towards WrestleMania. Although then again, you could focus on who the champion is going to be with the Elimination Chamber event. But we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen, but for me, I do think it's pretty strange, and at the moment, I think it would be right that John Cena doesn't win the Royal Rumble. Someone who I think perhaps should win the Royal Rumble currently is not actually expected to be around at WrestleMania at the time being. Anyway, no plans for him at WrestleMania. Is Chris Jericho. Again, all stories are ringsidenews.com. Now, his band Fozzy will be touring the Summer Festival circuit following WrestleMania 33, starting with Welcome to Rockville in late April of 2017. The band has also been announced for Rocklahoma, and Caroline Rebellion of May 2017. Now, it's been previously reported that Fozzy signed a new deal with Century media back in October and will be recording a new album. While it's been noted WWE haven't any plans for Jericho at WrestleMania, it is possible that he could stick around and work a match. So even though there's no plans for him at the moment, he could still stick around and work a match. And obviously, if there's no plans currently for WrestleMania, then this little breakup with Kevin Owens could lead towards the Royal Rumble. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there. I would like to see it stretch out to WrestleMania, but it seems the way it's going, we're going to be getting it sooner, and the Royal Rumble could be a likely destination for the Jericho-Owens matchup, especially in front of such a big crowd of 60,000 people in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Moving on then, lastly and certainly not least, speaking to Bill Apter, Axe and Smash of Demolition have talked about the New Day beating their tag team title record. They put over the team and said that they were nice guys. Axe said that they would need to pack a lunch because it would take almost as many days to beat them at Demolition as it took to beat the tag team title record. Now, of course, New Day will face Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson as well as Cesaro and Sheamus on Raw next week in a triple threat match for the Raw tag team titles. If the New Day wins, they will tie Demolition's tag team reign, and also the record will be broken by midnight on Tuesday morning if the New Day are victorious, which, if I'm honest, I'm expecting them to be. I'm expecting them to beat Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, and then this can lead to a tag team title match again against Cesaro and Sheamus at Roadblock End of the Line, and I think that possibly is finally where we could see some new Raw tag team champions. But that's everything in one particular video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like and share the video if you've liked it. Leave any comments in the comment section if you agree or disagree with any of the views or news stories presented in this video. Anything you want me to talk about as well, put it in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Love the subscribers. Thank you for everyone that's been supporting the channel so far. And yet you'll be watching Steve Chats Wrestling, hashtag SCW, the wrestling channel here on YouTube.com. So videos on your screen right now as well of other videos you can be checking out on my channel if you haven't seen my channel before. But if there's any more breaking news, I'll bring them to you as soon as I possibly can. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time here on YouTube.com. Take care.